There is an oasis in the sea, Cocos Island, 300 miles off the west coast of Costa Rica. A lone mountain thrust from the ocean floor, Cocos is a shallow water sanctuary in the vast expanse of the deep. Here, like nowhere else on Earth, great fishes gather in a spectacle of staggering abundance. Cocos Island is a mountain surrounded by legions of swimming predators. Here, great schools of skipjack tuna shimmer in the blue light. Big-eye jacks rise along undersea escarpments, followed by fast-moving schools of yellowfin tuna. However, among these predators, hammerhead sharks reign supreme. Thousands circle this tiny island, filling the watery sky as they pass in regal, silent parade. It is not completely clear why these sharks school in such number, but when they approach the reef, it is often to meet with this tiny fish. It's called a barberfish. Barberfish are cleaners. They specialize in the care and treatment of hammerhead sharks. Swimming slowly along the reef, a hammerhead attracts the attention of the barberfish, which gather around to bite off parasites and bits of diseased tissue. In exchange for this service, the hammerhead resists the urge to eat a barberfish or two. King angelfish will also serve as cleaners, and this one fearlessly joins the operation. Certainly, the angelfish seems to be tempting fate. But this strange alliance is seldom violated, and cleaners are rarely eaten by their clients. This pair of rainbow runners are also requesting the service of cleaners. The open mouth and heads-up posture is a signal to the barberfish that the rainbow runner wishes to be cleaned. This undersea oasis is nourished by powerful currents that rage past the tiny island. Deep submarine rivers of cold water often surge up the slopes of this undersea mountain and bathe these tropical reefs with nutrients. And when that happens, temperatures may drop 25 degrees. The waters blur as warm temperatures mix with cold, and fish move in and out of view like phantoms in a dreamscape. High in the water, hammerheads ride these currents like birds of prey on a mountain wind. Below on the reef, a pair of frogfish are courting. This lovely face belongs to the female. She's loaded with eggs. The little one on the left is the male. Frogfish avoid attracting attention by looking like sponges. They move slowly, walking about on fins shaped like feet. The male courts the female with this passionate mating dance. Certainly, a grunt and a wiggle are exquisitely subtle. Eventually, the female does get the message, but she'll wait to release her eggs after the sun sets, when predators can't see them. Not far away, lobsters move over the reef searching for food. There are enormous numbers of lobsters around Cocos Island, and all of them seem to be hungry just about all of the time. This one is making a meal of a cushioned sea star. It's rather like dining on an old leather shoe, but a hungry lobster will eat almost anything. This sea urchin is a more challenging prey. It's nice and soft inside, but first there's the little matter of getting through those wildly waving venomous spines. The lobster handles the urchin with care, while systematically breaking off spines to reach the urchin's body. At the base of the reef is a vast sand plain. Here, snake eels patrol for hidden prey. This fish in a snake's clothing methodically searches the sand for crustaceans and other small animals. And when it's time to rest or hide from larger predators, the eel finds a soft spot with its head, then slides in backwards. After all, going head first could be rough on an eel's complexion. Nearby is a condominium for tube blennies. These irascible little fish do not make friendly neighbors. A tube blenny is never satisfied with his home and will steal his neighbor's tube given any opportunity. And so they bicker constantly. Fortunately for them, with heads the size of pencil erasers, these quarrelsome little creatures are small enough to be ignored by most other citizens of these waters. On another rock, a male sailfin blenny resides peacefully in his little burrow. He is more civilized than his neighbors. He would rather make love than war. This is his invitation to any females that may be watching. Across the way, a pair of female sailfin blennies are too angry with each other to be interested in the strutting of a sexy male. As they get really mad, their red eyes change to angry white. And to sailfin blennies, white eyes mean watch out. These arguments are surprisingly non-violent. Even though there's a lot of huffing, puffing, and posturing, the fish seldom bite, and no one actually gets hurt. Rocks are rare on the flats. Where one is found, it is often home to a community of animals. A moray eel is sharing this rock with a swarm of cardinal fish. At the base of the rock, a goatfish searches beneath the rubble. It uses the long, sensitive barbels beneath its chin to probe for worms, crabs, and other hidden prey. On top of the rock, a hermit crab is methodically breaking off and eating bits of algae. Because hermits live in shells abandoned by other animals, they spend a lot of time wandering around looking for bigger and better homes. Here's a shell that would do nicely. Unfortunately, it's already taken, and the owner seems unwilling to give it up. He'll have to keep looking. Now there's a shell worthy of attention. Moving is an important decision. First, the new shell must be carefully inspected. It's larger and unoccupied, so the switch is made. Home, be it ever so humble. Above the rubble field and on the sides of the mountain, the legions are gathering. Big-Eye Jacks form schools that revolve like living tornadoes. Clouds of fish spin and swirl by the thousands, blocking out the sun. In shallow water, schools of grunts blanket the reef in kaleidoscopic color. Below, groups of red soldierfish hover near the shelter of the reef. Swarms of surgeonfish vacuum patches of dead coral, harvesting tiny blades of algae. And always, the watery sky above is filled with the mysterious gathering of hammerheads. The hammerheads don't often eat the reef fish. These sharks probably feed at night in the deeper waters beyond the mountain. Like an alien spaceship, a manta ray glides over the reef. These giant rays use long head flaps to herd small fishes and plankton into their mouths. Other schools are gathering at the base of the mountain. Large marbled stingrays are swarming over the rocks. And all of them are males. Well, almost all of them. At the center of attention is one large female, lying next to a rock. Eventually, she tires of being the object of constant admiration and heads out over the sand. Unfortunately, some gentlemen just won't take no for an answer, proving that in nature, if there's a chance to get lucky, hope springs eternal. It's late afternoon, and white-tip reef sharks have gathered next to the reef to rest, like sunbathers on a crowded beach. Like most sharks, white-tips do not have to constantly swim in order to breathe. They have no problem pumping water over their gills. But there's another reason white-tips come here. It's home to cleaner gobies. They scour the shark in search of tiny parasites or bits of damaged tissue, often a ticklish process. Throughout the world, many marine animals seem to enjoy the attentions of cleaner fish. Strangely, this is a process that is probably not necessary for the survival of either host or cleaner, but both animals seem to benefit from the relationship. The cleaner gobies seem determined to find some delectable tidbit in the shark's nostrils. The shark even opens its mouth, inviting the boldest gobies to enter and clean its delicate gills. But as night begins to fall, the shark leaves to join the great schools gathering at the edge of the reef. Here, shrouded by descending twilight, predators set out to hunt alone in the vast void of the deep. But come morning, they will return once again to this shallow water sanctuary, this mountain in the sea.